In one of my recent videos, a viewer left a comment that really touched my heart. It really hit home. They said, I found the exercise kind of fun, but shame memories kept popping up. I don't want them to get in the way. And honestly, this is something so many of us go through. Shame, stifling, the weight of being judged, or even just feeling like we're being judged. It happens to so many of us. And today we're going to talk about a few different things. Why shame pops up in healing, and it does, how practitioners sometimes unintentionally add to it, and why transformative art healing is designed to simply bypass shame completely so that you can heal in privacy, with dignity, and without re-traumatization. So let's jump into the first one. So shame is one of the deepest emotional imprints that humans carry. And it often comes from childhood experiences of being scolded or silenced. And it can come from well-meaning and great parents. We're not saying that, um, you know, everybody's parents are bad. That's not what we're saying. So being told we were too much or not enough, failing in front of others, those oral presentations in school, or simply being seen in a vulnerable moment and feeling unsafe. So when we start to do healing work, those memories can rise to the surface like ghosts from the past. And sometimes they're blocked, and it is a sensation within our body. That doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong, that your practitioner is bad, or that there's something wrong with you. It means your subconscious is saying, this is the layer that's ready to be cleared, that's ready to be resolved. So here's something that most healing modalities don't talk about. Practitioners see the world, including their clients, through the lens of their own unresolved issues. Quite honestly, nobody is perfect, and we all have some issue that is unresolved. So a coach who hasn't healed money shame may project onto a client's financial blocks. A therapist who struggles with self-worth may unconsciously see clients through that lens. A healer who hasn't faced their own grief may shrink away from someone else's sorrow. And that can come up and out in many different ways. And it can leave the client or us feeling sometimes worse than before we went into a session. So even with the best of intentions, this can leave clients feeling misunderstood, judged, maybe even, the shame, feeling more shameful because shame was, on the top. And also shamed for not healing fast enough. Just get over it, or you're never going to get over it. You just got to learn to manage it. And for sensitive people like myself, that shame can hurt more than the original wound sometimes because we feel it deeply and we're already in a vulnerable place. So this is where transformative art healing is revolutionary, because in transformative art healing, the client never has to reveal their issue. The practitioner doesn't ask for it. They don't say what it is. They don't have to explain it. They don't give details. Instead, they translate the energy of that into color, shape, texture, and symbol. And the practitioner? Well, the practitioner simply guides the process. They don't project their own wounds onto the client's story because they don't know the story. So being a practitioner and having those unresolved issues, it's not going to translate in the process. So this means that the client keeps full privacy the entire time. The practitioner stays unbiased, and it doesn't matter what lens they have in place. The process stays pure. It stays safe. It becomes a very safe and sacred space. So just like one of my graduates said, I didn't even know what was holding me back until I saw it on the page. And once it was out of my system, everything changed. And notice, no story was shared. That privacy is maintained. There was no shame that was triggered. The healing happened anyway. And the topic doesn't have to be narrowed in either. It can be a generalized topic. So instead of seeing shame as something wrong in transformative art healing, we see it as a signal. It's your body's way of saying there's energy here that wants to be released. And because you're not forced to talk about it, try and figure it out, or explain it, or justify it, you can simply let it go privately, safely, and completely. So let's try something together for a minute. Go ahead and close your eyes and just settle in for a minute. Maybe take a deep breath. Bring to moment. I apologize. Bring to mind a moment where you felt shame, or even just think about shame for a second and just simply feel the weight of it. Feel it in your body. Now ask, if shame had a color, what color would it be? If it had a shape or a texture, what would that look like? And now you can open your eyes. That's the imprint. That's the imprint of shame. And that's what gets cleared in taught. We then put it onto paper and you go through a whole process. So there's another bonus here as well. Practitioners feel safe too. They're not weighed down by clients' stories. They don't have to analyze them or try and figure out the best way to take them through the session. They're not re-traumatized by listening to trauma all day. And that can happen. They don't risk projecting their own wounds onto the client. It's liberating for both sides. So the client maintains privacy and the practitioner just simply leads and guides the client through the process. And that's why Ta isn't just trauma informed, it's also trauma respectful. If you've ever felt shame in healing work, please know it's not your fault. You're not broken. You've just been carrying an imprint that is ready to be released. It's ready to be resolved. It's time to let it go. It's probably been time for a long time. And in transformative art healing, you don't have to explain it. You don't have to relive it or fear being judged or shamed or stifled. You simply let the energy speak and let it go. So in the next video, I'll share even more about how energy imprints work and why your symptoms are actually messages. And if you would like to experience the shift for yourself, I offer a free masterclass from Stuck to Shifted, and I will link the course or the class, the masterclass, in the description below for you. But before you go, subscribe for more healing insights, hit the like button, and I would love to hear from you. So comment below, like you can even just give me a hands up, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can answer. Have you ever felt shame in a healing space? And if so, how did it impact you? I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I know I have experienced it many times, and it's not, it's kind of icky feeling. So remember, privacy is power. Shame is not the end, it is simply a doorway, and you are worthy of walking through that doorway.